Hello everyone, konnichiwa. Welcome to the 23rd lesson of the basic Japanese series for beginners. In this video, you will not only learn a few e-adjectives such as short, long, light, heavy, etc., but also some parts of body like eyes, ears, nose, mouth, etc., which are commonly used in daily conversation. You will also learn some useful phrases combining e-adjectives and parts of body. And if you start using them, I'm sure people around you will be surprised at your spoken language skills. So please watch it till the end. Let me begin with some e-adjectives which are commonly used in daily life. It'll be easy if you remember them in pairs. The first pair is nagai and mijikai. Nagai means long or lengthy and mijikai means short. The next pair is omoi and karui. Omoi means heavy and karui means light. The next pair is hiroi and semai. Hiroi means wide and semai means narrow. The last pair is katai and yawarakai. Katai means hard and yawarakai means soft. Before going to phrases, let us learn some body parts. I will go in the clockwise direction, starting from kao, which is face. Next is me, which means eye. Next is hana, which means nose. Next is kuchi, which means mouth. Next is mimi, which means ear. Next is nodo, which means throat. Next is ha, which means tooth. Next is kubi, which means neck. Let me go to the next set of words, starting from ki, which translates to mind or spirit. It has many other meanings depending on how it is used in a phrase, but for the time being, we'll keep it as mind. Next is atama, which means head. Next is kami, which means hair. Next is kokoro, which means heart. Actually, the physical organ is called shinzo, but the word kokoro is used in phrases related to feelings. Next is onaka, which means stomach. Next is koshi, which means waist or lower back on which the upper body rests. Next is ude, which means arm. And the last one is ashi, which means foot or leg. Let us look at one more important word, which will be helpful if and when you go to a doctor. The word itai means painful or hurtful, and we will use it along with the body part to express where it is paining. Let me give you an example. To say I have a headache, in Japanese it will be watashi wa atama ga itai desu. On similar lines, to say I have stomachache, in Japanese it will be watashi wa onaka ga itai desu. And to say I have pain in the neck, in Japanese it will be watashi wa kubi ga itai desu. If you happen to visit a doctor in Japan, the doctor may ask you doko ga itai desu ka, which translates to where is the pain. And as an example, if you have a sore throat, then you can say watashi wa nodo ga itai desu. Just replace nodo with any other body part which is paining and use the same sentence pattern to convey the symptom. Okay? Next, let us look at some useful expressions combining simple e-adjectives and parts of body. Actually, there are hundreds of expressions that can be made with parts of body, but we are going to look at only a few important ones in this lesson. Let me begin with the word ki, which means mind or spirit. You have learned the word mijikai, which means short. And on combining the two words ki and mijikai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression ki ga mijikai, which means short-tempered. For example, if Mr. Rao has a short temper and gets angry easily, then you can use this expression. And to make a sentence, all you have to do is start with Rao-san wa. Say this expression and add des at the end of the sentence. So the Japanese sentence will be Rao-san wa ki ga mijikai desu. Let me go to the next expression. Nagai means long, and on combining the two words ki and nagai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression ki ga nagai, which means patient or easygoing. For example, if Mr. Rao doesn't mind standing and waiting for long hours in a queue, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa ki ga nagai desu. Let me go to the next expression. Omoi means heavy, and on combining the two words ki and omoi with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression ki ga omoi, which means reluctant or in no mood to do something. For example, for some reason you are depressed and you're feeling down on a particular day, then in Japanese you can say watashi wa ki ga omoi desu. Let me go to the next expression. Hayai means early, and on combining the two words ki and hayai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression ki ga hayai, which means hasty or to be too early for something. and it is used to describe a person who cannot wait and prepares for something too early. For example, if it is winter now and Mr. Rao is already preparing for his next year's summer vacation, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa kiga hayai desu. Next, let us look at some useful expressions which use atama, that is head. E or yoi means good, and on combining the two words atama and e with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression atama ga i, which means smart or intelligent. For example, if Mr. Rao is intelligent, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa atama ga ii desu. Let me go to the next expression. Furui means old, and on combining the two words atama and furui with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression atama ga furui, which means old-fashioned, and it is used to describe a person who has old-fashioned ideas or thinking. For example, if your boss has old-fashioned ideas, then in Japanese you can say Watashi no joshi wa atama ga furui desu. Here, joshi means boss or superior. Let me go to the next expression. Katai means hard, and on combining the two words atama and katai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression atama ga katai, which means stubborn or inflexible. And it is used to describe a person who is inflexible and refuses to change his or her mind about a situation. For example, if Mr. Rao is stubborn or inflexible, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa atama ga katai desu. Next, let us look at some useful expressions which use mimi, that is ear. Hayai means early, and on combining the two words mimi and hayai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression mimi ga hayai, which means quick-eared, and it is used to describe a person who is quick of hearing and gets information much earlier than others. For example, if Mr. Rao already knows some information which others are unaware of, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa mimi ga hayai desu. Let me go to the next expression. Itai means painful, and on combining the two words mimi and itai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression mimi ga itai, which means to be ashamed to hear a remark that is painfully true. For example, if you are being told the same thing over and over, and even though it is painfully true, you don't like it, then in Japanese you can say Watashi wa mimi ga itai desu. Next, let us look at some useful expressions which use kuchi, that is mouth. Umai means good, and on combining the two words kuchi and umai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression kuchi ga umai, which means to be good at talking, just like the salespeople. For example, if Mr. Rao is a smooth talker, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa kuchi ga umai desu. Let me go to the next expression. Katai means hard, and on combining the two words kuchi and katai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression kuchi ga katai, which means closed mouth, and it is used to describe someone who can keep a secret and is good at keeping his or her mouth shut when required. For example, if Mr. Rao can keep a secret, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa kuchi ga katai desu. Let me go to the next expression. Karui means light, and on combining the two words kuchi and karui with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression kuchi ga karui, which means light-mouthed, and it is used to describe someone who has a loose mouth and cannot keep a secret. For example, if Mr. Rao cannot keep a secret, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa kuchi ga karui desu. Next, let us look at an expression which uses kao, that is face. Hiroi means wide, and on combining the two words kao and hiroi with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression kao ga hiroi, which means to know a lot of people and be well connected. For example, if Mr. Rao has a wide circle of acquaintances, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa kao ga hiroi desu. Next, let us look at an expression which uses kokoro, that is heart. Hiroi means wide, and on combining the two words kokoro and hiroi with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression kokoro ga hiroi, which means generous or big-hearted, and it can also be used to describe someone who is broad-minded. For example, if Mr. Rao is generous and doesn't expect anything in return, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa kokoro ga hiroi desu. Next, let us look at an expression which uses ude, that is arm. E means good, and on combining the two words ude and e with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression ude ga e, which means skilled or good at something. For example, if Mr. Rao is good at cooking, then in Japanese you can say Rao-san wa ryori no ude ga ii desu. Next, let us look at an expression which uses ashi, that is foot or leg. Hayai means early, but it also means fast. And on combining the two words ashi and hayai with the particle ga in between them, we will get the expression ashi ga hayai, which actually has many different meanings. One meaning is to literally have fast feet, and it is used to describe a person who is fast at walking or running. Another meaning is perishable or to spoil easily. For example, berries, tomatoes, etc., which do not last for a long time. Now, to say this vegetable will go bad fast, in Japanese you can say kono yasai wa ashi ga hayai desu. Like this, there are hundreds of interesting expressions in Japanese language, and it may be a little difficult to understand them initially, but once you start using them, I'm sure it will take your spoken language skills to the next level. So that is it for now. I hope this video was useful. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. And if you found the video good, give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.